Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 characters to return in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I'm not going to be talking about your basic and very obvious characters like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden. I'm going to be talking about characters who are currently dead, and the likelihood/chances of them returning in the game. Now, there is going to be a slight criteria for this list. I'm going to be excluding any of the characters that were introduced from Deadly Alliance onwards, because, well, we don't really know if they're going to be playing a part in this, and NRS seem to be going in the direction of killing many of those characters off. So for that reason alone, I'm going to be keeping them off this list. Now, I'm also going to be taking into account a lot of fan requests, because although Mortal Kombat X had a very impressive and diverse roster, many people weren't satisfied with some of the characters that were kind of in the game, especially some that were not. So I'll be taking fans' opinions into account when talking about this list, and also a viability to play a part in the story, especially since most of you guys know about like my story theory video and how I think it's gonna pan out. So a lot of characters here are going to feed into that story. Now on that note, let's get on to the list. Now at number 5 we have Mileena. Now Mileena is an extremely fan beloved character. We can all see why, but unlike her sister counterpart Kitana, she has a lot more character and personality, and this is vastly why a lot of people are more drawn towards the character. So when she was killed off in Mortal Kombat X, a lot of people weren't happy with this, and it did upset a lot of members of the Mortal Kombat community. So some of you are probably thinking, hey, what's she doing here on this list? She's dead, isn't she? Well, rejoice Mileena fans, because she's still most likely very dead, but she's a creation of Shang, something forged within the flesh pit, and her ending in Mortal Kombat X is kind of hinting at the fact that there can be more than just one Mileena. So essentially there's two options we now have. The actual Mileena was killed by Devourer, and the other one will rise to take her place. Or the other option, which is the Mileena that we saw get killed by Devourer, was in fact not the actual Mileena, and is in fact one of the many clones we saw at the end of her ladder ending. Now I'm not saying her appearance in this game is guaranteed. You see, she may miss a game and possibly return in the next one, but there are a lot of points and signs saying that she's in fact not dead. So hopefully this is true and does come to fruition, because although Mileena may not mean a lot to me as a person, she's always had a very interesting role in the games. So it would be an honest shame to have this character put down permanently. Now at number 4, we have one that I've been rambling on for quite some time now, Jade. Now although Jade may not have as big as a fan base as Mileena, her mysterious disappearance in Mortal Kombat X was noted, and many fans felt extremely disappointed that the closest thing we had to her was a single variation. Along with the numerous hints we've had in her own ending, Kitana's ending, and even the devs themselves saying that we should keep an eye on her, we could really be in store for something with Jade. Now in terms of story, we don't really know what's going on here. You see, unlike the other revenants in Mortal Kombat 9, she wasn't seen in X, she wasn't even so much as mentioned, and with the hint of the mysterious figure now taking control of her, what are the chances that she was freed of Quan Chi's control by an even greater and more powerful deity? Now this is both good and bad in terms of what they can do with the character. The vagueness is extremely good because it holds a mystery with that character and allows people like me to come up with multiple theories to kind of lay out on the table and give you guys more information about her. Now the sad side to it being extremely vague is the fact that there's barely any information about her floating about, so I can't really say what's going to happen to her in the future, whether or not she's with this deity to help kind of cure the people of their revenancy, or is this kind of agent of order that goes around killing people who have committed sins. I could literally just pull random things out of a hat and say the random possibilities that can happen. I believe that we can only really get to know her in time and when there's more information put out about the character, and well, when Mortal Kombat 11 is eventually in production. But due to the sudden disappearance of this character in X and fans wanting to see her return, there's a very large likelihood that this will happen in the next game. Now at number 3, we have Fujin, a character that has somewhat become a very missed opportunity in Mortal Kombat X. Fujin's always kind of had a fan base, but they've never had the opportunity to play as the character in this new timeline, and there were teasers for him in Combat Pack 2. Of course this never happened because instead we got Leatherface, you know, that character we've constantly seen in tournaments. And now if my theory is correct about how the story's going to go, we're going to have a very dark Raiden, taking no shits and essentially becoming an anti-hero. Now Fujin is close with Raiden, we've seen that in the Mortal Kombat X comics and a little bit in the game. So I was just thinking, if we have a villainous god in the game, why not have something that's the polar opposite? Plus watching Fujin and Raiden start butting heads against each other would be extremely cool. It's literally a battle of the gods. Now fans have said they want Fujin in the game, and Fujin has been lurking around. It would create an interesting dynamic if he were to be involved in the game and its story. That's why I personally see the likelihood of of Fujin appearing in the next game being rather high. Now at number 2 we have Shang. This should be no surprise, as he has been hinted at twice in Mortal Kombat X's ending, and we are currently lacking a sorcerer in the next game's roster. So what better choice do we have than Shang Tsung? Now Shang would create an extremely interesting dynamic, and I really don't see him siding with Earthrealm, but instead Outworld, as it has been hinted at in Mortal Kombat 9's ending as well, that he will take on a godly being when he is trained by Bo-Rai Cho, who has also been hinted at in his Mortal Kombat X ending, who have been tutoring Outworld's forces. So by connecting the dots a little bit, you can see the likelihood of this character not only returning in the game, but playing a rather significant role, as it has been foreshadowed a tiny bit. But whether or not this actually happens is yet to be seen. But he is loved by fans in the sense that he's the villain you love to hate. And with this strange flip of a coin, it'd be a very interesting and very intriguing way of kind of reinventing a character, which is something that the new timeline seems to be doing a lot. Now I will say that he was very close to the number 1 spot on this list here, but this is undoubtedly a character that fans extremely love. And at number 1, we have Noob Saibot / Smoke. Yes, you heard that right, it's a somewhat tie. Now the reason I've put these two together is the fact now that Quan Chi is gone, the Revenants have gained the ability to kind of do whatever they so happen to wish. So what's currently stopping Smoke slashing a Nenra to do whatever he so happens to wish? And I know some may be saying, Noob is dead, he was killed in a Soulnado. Well listen up here folks, the same thing happened to Scorpion in the original timeline. He was caught in a massive Soulnado that would have killed him until the Elder Gods had intervened. Now Scorpion once again being a human, why not take influence from the original timeline and change a different Revenant into the Elder Gods champion? It's just another really cool idea I'm putting on the table, because let's face it, both of these two characters are beloved, the two have coexisted in a team before, and both would kind of have the freedom to do whatever they wish. Now if Noob was in the game, and he was created by the Elder Gods to be their champion, why not have him be the hero to take down Raiden? It'd be a nice way of having the character come full circle. Someone who was wrongly accused of murder was turned into the very thing that killed him, was cured of his suffering, and given the opportunity to redeem himself. I think this would be a fantastic way of putting Noob in the game. As for him teaming up with Smoke, that's still indeed a possibility, because in this timeline the two did know each other, and Smoke even trained his younger brother, so there's definitely some form of connection there. And I know Smoke is currently dealing with an identity crisis with a Nenra, but I'm sure there's a way for him to regain his senses. But yeah, this has kind of been a fun theory top 5s list I've put together. Hopefully you guys are liking more of the Mortal Kombat content I'm putting out on this channel, as I do want to kind of go back to the roots of where I started. Now we do make a theory video each and every week on this channel, so feel free to put down in the comments below what kind of stuff would you like to see me talk about, and also what would you like to see my next top 5s list be about, as I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling to kind of put together these lists a lot recently. Now if possible, let's try getting this video to 750 likes. It's a great way of supporting this channel since YouTube's algorithm system has gone completely out the window again. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I will see you all next time.